plays such a good, wholesome role that you want to be a better person. Like, you're like, fuck, man. He's doing it right. I was not inspired by it, but I was intrigued by it, and I'm hoping that if you watch it, maybe you'll be inspired by it to be a nicer fucking person, especially online.
Okay. Now I see where you're going with this.
Nothing better than them opening the top of the candle when they open the gift and smelling it and smelling what it's truly going to smell like. And for only
Yeah.
$9, you can get one that smells like garbage or vomit or poo. Or there's one that I thought was funny. I put it in the show notes directly, and I quote, "You work harder than
Yep.
an ugly stripper."
Yeah, I was just looking at that one. I'm not exactly sure what that smells like, but it ain't gonna be good.
Oh, it smells like shame and regret. Tell you without a without a doubt, know your fucking password. Period. Whether it's a PIN number or a password, know it. Because eventually you're going to use this Face ID or Windows Hello so much you're going to forget that password if you didn't write it down. And then guess what? People like me and Fremore are fucked to help you. You can achieve the same thing
Oh,
that they're.
I was thinking you're gonna say you get hit by a bus and your face don't look the same anymore. But yeah, yeah, I see what you're saying.
I, I, I don't even have words for that. Is that you just fucking remove the share button, you assholes. So even if I relive that moment and do it slightly better or cleaner, right? Maybe choose a different gun or whatever. Do one shot kills instead of just working my ass off. What the hell's the point on the PlayStation? You can't back it up. I mean, I still really appreciate my PlayStation, but you've crippled me with game sharing.
Oh, you're getting there. You're getting there. I love it. He's not fully on the dark side, but he's walking in the murky.
I'm getting there. I am. Japan just established a $6.6 billion fund for outer space industry. Outer space industry, not exploration, industry. The fund will be allocated over 10 years.
You
Many
mean
countries.
660 billion?
I thought it was 6.6.
Is it?
I believe so.
You're right. You are right.
Wait a minute, hold on. Fremo said I was right. Let me hold on to that for a minute.
There's all kinds of.
Cults.
I mean, that's essentially what you have going on here. You got the Catholic Church warring with the Freemasons now.
Yeah, that's what we need, more war. And speaking of conspiracies, have you noticed that everybody's rushing into space? Like, it's really strange how much. I mean, we love talking about space. We
Well, I
do
mean,
it
it
a lot.
makes sense. I mean, Russians
What?
were the first one to space, so everybody going to space is Russian.
Oh, I see what you did there. That's great. That's such a dad joke.
You're going to blame Elon
Yep.
for trying to make a buck off of Microsoft and Sony?
Yep. It's a social media platform. Why do I have to pay for the API? You want to pay for Prime membership or a blue check mark? That's on you. But seriously, you want to charge for an API that broadens your spectrum? Who you calling? I swear to God,
Yeah,
don't call Elon.
you can cancel that +1 on my space flight. Yeah. All right. Later.
I hate you so much. They're just not. I mean, you can see that as low as the retail industry and as high up as the
Well,
politicians.
I mean, just go back to middle school. Just think about middle school. You got a good kid, good home, whatever.
Good home.
He's wanting to fit in with the cool kids. He starts doing stuff he never would have dreamed he'd do.
That's true. I started smoking
I mean,
cigarettes. I'm gonna put that out there.
I don't know how many good kids I ruined in middle school.
See, that's because you really want to know if it's a deep fake. You want to know if that celebrity or that politician said those words.
Yeah,
Um,
but how do you do that?
I don't know. I honestly don't know. I mean, we've done 500, almost 500 episodes. We could theoretically have an AI do an entire episode with our voices, and we don't even have to be there. It'll probably be
Hook
like
a brother
three
up.
times. It'll probably be. Yeah. I'm your host, Chris Phoenix, and joining me today is Fremo AI. They're putting up satellites that are crashing into the moon. We have people that can't land planes, ships, spaceships, lunar modules. They can't have this, but we have satellites that are over 50 years old that we're still operating. You know, I got people that are coming up to my counter that still believe Microsoft needs you to call them. But we have satellites. Like, where have we fucked up with our technology? I don't understand it.
Oh, it's not that our technology got messed up. It's that our gene pool did.
See, as we always do, we have a beer, and I'm going with the last six pack I'm going to have of Modelo Especial for this season. I'm going to switch over to the dark, the Negro. What are you drinking? Oh, that does not look like it's official. What's in the Dr. Pepper?
Oh, it's Dr. Pepper.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Good for you.
This, however.
It's Southern Comfort. Oh, that's good shit right there. But man, what a grouping. It's a physical version of the Heritage Pack that they released on the Switch, I believe, which is all digital and ironically more expensive. But you're going to be able to get physical versions of these on December 8th, and they're only going to be $60 for all these games.
All of that is correct except for one thing.
What's that?
Only 5 of the games will be physical. You still have to download the latest 2.
Really?
Yeah, read the article, Phoenix.
It's fucking great. Stop just looking at the pictures. The phablets. You know, the Android versions that were like gigantic 7-inch displays. You know, we're almost there again, but still, it's what did I say? The Galaxy Note, one of the notes, right? Free?
Yeah.
Yeah, they were like big. But that was more for people that are using it as a tablet with an occasional phone use. So there's different scenarios for each one. One of the other features that they have on the iPhone 15 is the action button. Not to be confused with my action pants. These are the action button.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's making that mistake,
It could
brother.
happen.
Sorry.
All the stuff. No, I disagree with you on this one.
I do.
Yeah, but you're going to be able to download these digitally through Game Pass and Core.
And pay for them again.
Might not have to. If they drop them on Game Pass, they're part of your subscription, which is what they're trying to do. It's like 85%.
Black Ops, the original Black Ops, still has not come across Game Pass.
Again, like 85% of the games that were on disc are now on Game Pass. I'm sorry if your personal favorite toilet shooter is not available on digital, buddy. Try jumping into this decade. The files weren't just read only either. They were read and write, which is a problem. Data's been exposed since 2020. Microsoft quickly put it out in a post that they said that there were absolutely no customer data exposed. But we don't give a shit about our employees.
Yeah.
Their shit's all there. You know that W-2 they downloaded to print out later? Yeah, that's in the OneDrive.
Yeah, you know that somebody's like, "Hey, you know how the AI bot kept calling everybody champ?" Now we know why.
Like myself or Freemo that will isolate MP3s and just like dump them on there, and that's it. You can plug in and download what you want. But that's it. In Canada, you can't. You can have no device that plays MP3, so you're kind of stuck in a tape deck or an 8-track. 8-track. So you're gonna have shit on 8-track that you're listening to, like, girl, you got to change your evil ways, babe. Only people that listen to 8-tracks are gonna get that joke. Important. Like, I was expecting to be like a Skyrim or a Mass Effect or something like that. You're going to spend more time getting your character look the way you want it to than what you're going to do with choosing the background and the special abilities. That's going to be like how you want to play the game. Like, if you want to be a nice guy throughout the thing, you're going to know what you want to pick. If you want to be a douche throughout the game, Freemo, then you're going to pick certain other things. Like, Freemo's got arrested like 3 times already. Like, you can get arrested in the game, and Freemo's gotten arrested like 3 times. Who the does that? Like, what the hell?
Douchebag.
I'm more of a Lego person than Mega Bloks, but I get it. It's not Lego. They've had a deal with Microsoft for a lot of years, releasing many Halo sets. And this particular set comes with 1,300 pieces. It's got a console, it's got a controller, and a fake Halo 3 case. It even has a replica motherboard inside the Xbox itself that you're building and putting in there. It comes out October 8th, and it's $150. Hopefully, this one won't red ring. I thought that was funny. One would be repaid. Really? You thought that was okay? Did you? To help cover this amount, Salami had already said that he would be giving the government a 2021 Porsche and multiple properties in Massachusetts. So it's a barter system. I didn't even know it was a barter system. Is it like a game show? Johnny, tell them what they've won. Well, federal government, you won a 2021 Porsche and multiple properties in Massachusetts, including this beautiful estate on Cape Cod. Like, that's not the way that shit goes. Oh, my.
Even if it had been successful.
You have Garmin GPS taped to your flight controls of your planes. That's a problem.
Yeah.
But what broke my heart, because again, all the stories that we talk about space and how we're making such huge jumps right now, what broke my heart was a Russian scientist that has been working on the project. He's like 95 or something like that. And he was truly hoping that we would get back, that they would get back onto the moon and be part of
there's
the
a Freudian
superpowers.
slip.
This poor guy, as
Sorry,
soon as
comrade, I won't sell you out.
like feel that you might be compromised, shut it off from the internal piece. That's your best bet right there. And there's all sorts of things you can do when you're traveling and you don't want to worry about pickpockets. But that's a whole nother show. So if you're going to DEF CON, all I can say is don't go to DEF CON. Especially if you don't know what DEF CON is, don't go.
Yeah.
It's a bad
Actually,
idea.
go to DEF CON.
No, free, no. Stop giving people bad advice.
Watch the show.
Again, bad advice. From Modelo to aluminum can Miller Lite. Now, I wish
Only
I
had one Modelo left.
I wish I had that arm there because I would slap you for buying that stupid ass can. That makes that shit taste like absolute ass. Yeah, see, you won't even argue with me because it does. You have an aluminum taste in your mouth right now.
Does the Apple fanboy who sits around and licks his MacBook Pro
I don't lick it. I polish it. Okay? I polish
with
it.
your tongue? Yeah, with your tongue.
That's
That's
not
called
true.
licking.
That's
That's
not
called
true.
licking, Phoenix. she's like, see if they got any red stripe. Of course, I don't feel like driving 45 minutes to the closest store that I know that carries red stripe. So
Well, red stripe's not bad.
I'm like, I'm gonna pick up a lime because I know she's wanting a red stripe, put a lime in it. So I'm gonna get some Modelo
Get
for
her
me.
Corona.
And Corona's, dude,
I know. I agree with you.
Ki-
I agree with you, but
I wish there was a mechanical arm on your end that I had a button that controlled that I could just slap you with right now.
that should not ever fucking be a
Let me
thing.
get
Stuff. Let me preface this by, is it preface or preface? I think it's preface.
Yeah.
I think. The UFO hearings were yesterday. Now,
Unless you're
Fremont and I
talking
have
about a woman before she puts on her makeup. That's your
oh, that was good. One of the things that we want to say just
really,
right
I don't
off the
get.
cuff.
I'll give it to myself then.
I did one. You didn't hear it, you deaf fuck. I heard it the first fucking time, asshat. You're a dick. We do. We need to do these things. We need to know if the people that we send in space or go to the moon are going to be able to handle if they have diabetes. We need to know if while flying there, Aunt Sally, who got a ticket from her cousin, is going to be able to shit properly in the shitter and not fill up the entire cabin with shit. This is basic science shit that we need to actually
all I'm
do.
saying is send me. I would do a wonderful job.
Of what?
Whatever they need.
Well,
Dude,
you
I've got
already-
moonshine. I can figure anything out to get it done.
That's true. Moonshine has the name right in it. Moon. It's a lot
Pretty
of good
much.
scientists that either retired or went to other countries to fucking work and push somebody else's agenda. China, there's a lot. Then suddenly SpaceX came around, and now I understand SpaceX is for-profit company, and owned by Fremo's buddy Elon Musk, but NASA's paid for you, the taxpayers. That's how NASA makes its money. Like PBS without the pledge programs, which can be beneficial. I mean, I have a 6 CD set of Sarah McLachlan singing the animals because of a donation I made once.
On information at just the right time to build
Yep.
some tremendous buzz around something.
Right.
He was
Now-
a genius at what he did.
I still have his podcast. I still have it on my rotation, but I do have to admit that over the years, it's gotten, I feel, a little stale. His co-hosts have gotten stale, and it's really a show about interviews, which I agree. 'cause he
Wait,
has
which
access-
podcast are we talking about?
Xbox Live's Major Nelson's podcast.
Oh, okay. I just make sure you weren't talking about VGFG.
No, not yet. It is stale as fuck, though. We age like milk. I like it.
Well, I was trimming.
Yeah.
Had the mirror. I'm in the shower holding the mirror up and got the trimmers
And somebody flushed something, started a washer. I don't know what it was, but I got this burst of hot water, and I was like, big bald spot right there. So I had to bring both sides down.
You gotta fix it.
And then once I did that, I couldn't leave all this because it looked really weird.
Yeah.
So I had to bring all this up. But it is what it is.
Nice. Another thing I think is great is Apple making the switch to Microsoft. I said before earlier in the show that just a few minutes ago actually that Windows 11 is my daily driver on all my PCs right now, and I really have to say it's very, very good, very good. And as an insider, I'm on the insiders program. It's going to get better. Trust me when I tell you, it's going to get better. There's a lot of things coming out, and now Apple has actually made.
It's taken 20 years, but he's finally seeing the light.
It's such a shame you can't see what finger I'm holding up.
But I lost the console wars. Was Nintendo a better product in early 2000? Probably. Was Sony still on there? Sony was extremely popular. Was Xbox a new man on the totem? new person
Yeah.
in the playground? Yes. In 2001, they released the original Xbox, which where, ironically, Freebo and I met. By the way, I want a divorce.
Oh, that'll cost you.
I get half the show, which is nothing.
Do you want BGFG or stick style?
Oh, that would be difficult. That would be a hard choice. I understand now. I got it. Oh, and lastly, another governmental head scratcher, and this one I just couldn't resist to put in the show to wind it up the news segment. Do you know the EPA, the Environmental Protection Agency, will be setting up a youth advisory council? I could not put this in the show.
I really, 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 really hope whatever they name this thing, it's an acronym of the word Greta.
That would be perfect.
But whatever.
It's when it's opportune time at those SpaceX meetings, isn't it?
Yeah, well, I mean, he said I mean, it was just kind of a casual thing. It's like, so how many tweets do you read a day? And I was like, 0.
5.
So, you know,
That was the whole
what?
basis
Like,
of the.
dude, I'm not on Twitter, but I would
If I-
imagine that somebody doesn't need to spend more than 30 minutes to an hour on there anyway. So that's like 2 tweets a minute. I'm thinking like cap them at 150. He still came in at 600. Whatever.
All right, go ahead.
I just had this image of you sitting over there on the bleachers with your sweat towel around your neck, and
A walker.
one of the guys, yo, Phoenix, sub in real quick, and you jumping up and throwing your sweat towel down, and as you're running out of the court, you slip on it, do a whoop, come down and break your ribs.
And then
sorry, I know
crawl
that's
back to
not-
the bench. No,
I know that's not how it happened, but that's just every time you mention it, that goes through my head. Sorry.
it's
Like
just-
me, I get to play. Handle having someone else on here and whether I would play nice or not.
Douchebag.
Yes, that is accurate. Yes, that is accurate. You know it is.
Like
Yeah.
I said, I've been watching the show for a bit. I get the dynamic.
Yeah.
I get the good cop bad cop vibe.
I bring the funny, and I spare no one's feelings in the process.
I didn't steal cable. I never pulled the tag off that pillow. The
I'm-
cement had my handprints in it when I
I'm
got
here.
there.
I'm here to generate hate mail.
that's a fucking fact right there. The prices can range. You'll see in the show notes. The prices can range. You're talking anything from $40 for a razor set, which is fine. Dooley right now is wearing a pair of wired.
These are the Apple earbuds that came with my iPhone. Like, I have AirPod Maxes right here
I love those.
that I love. But I'll put these on. With the long, luscious hair that I have here, I have to like pull it back, wear it. I look kind of funky
Yeah.
with these earbuds.
It's not the headsets doing that.
With these earbuds, not only is it comfortable, but earbuds can.
Same free. It's just the software is going to suck. And I'm telling you, it's right on par with the Razer software. It's equally awful.
I don't understand it unless they're about to. I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah, it's
They may end up on the list, unfortunately.
You know, it's a shame that they're killing off the Blue brand because my fondest memory,
Yeah.
with a Blue Yeti microphone, is when in high school,
I swear to God, if this ends up in Bandcamp, I'm going to slap you.
No, oh, it's
Okay,
better.
good.
It's way better.
But the translations also appear on the app on your phone. So you can see if you didn't catch something, on the earbud, you can look at the transcription and go, oh, I see what she was saying. You can also use those earbuds for music, phone calls, and even the
I
translations.
wonder how expansive the translation software is though.
That's what my question was.
Because
50
I
languages.
wanna put the earbud in and then play an episode of Charlie Brown and see if it'll translate the teacher.
It's not going to translate.
Wah, 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 wah.
$124 for 5 terabytes, which is crazy. No, what was
They've
the
got
price?
3. They've got 3. They've got a 2, 4, and an 8.
Oh, so the
Oh,
2 is
wait.
probably
110, 170, and 240.
It's Seagate.
it's true. I like Dooley. Yeah, it's Seagate, which is rough, but that's a good price. You have to admit that
And
that's
I'd
a good
take a
price.
Seagate before I'd take a Toshiba.
Yeah, it's not bad.
I would take a potato before I took it to Toshiba. With what?
You just said like when you're too high. How many times do we have to debate that?
I mean, there's times.
I
the
mean, I
wife-
get that people say it, but is that really a thing? Can you get too high?
Oh,
Yes, you can.
my friend.
Nowadays you can. It's definitely not like it was when we were Dooley's age. Definitely not. Like the wife's got some stuff right now. I can't smoke it. I cannot smoke it. I don't even know how the fuck she smokes it. I know she smokes it right before
You're
bed. so
really
that
not
must-
helping your case with the Gen X Council.
What? we were not allowed to share our feelings, not with our parents, not with our pastor, not with our school officials. We were not. And let me tell you, if you were at the
We
park,
weren't allowed to share what?
our feelings.
What's that?
See, that's the example right there.
Every time.
Right.
They're children. They want. They don't understand the world yet. They don't understand that parents are trying to protect them. So they're always going to be like, yeah, this is my right. This is my right. And you look at what's already in place in this country with underage minors being allowed to go and get medical things done
Right.
without
Let me give
parental
you-
consent.
So if you live in South Dakota, you could legally drive at 14. If you live down where Fremo is, you can legally marry your cousin at 14. So it varies from state to state.
I never thought I'd have to say this about our own show, but fake news, fake news.
Yeah.
Very intellectual, but
Right.
can you apply genius to it? And I'm using his mother's own
Oh, yeah.
standard. Could you
Let me tell
imagine
you.
growing up in that household?
Dude, no way. Did you read that
That's
article?
Yeah.
That family is rough, man. They didn't give that kid an
People
inch.
people say he's a genius, but I've told my son genius is action.
Yeah.
You've gone out and done something, you can't call yourself a genius.
You ain't
Okay,
shit.
Bob.
Take out the trash.
I don't care. I don't care if you potty trained yourself at 3 weeks old.
You ain't that special.
Potty trained yourself. Nice.
Give this guy a virtual high five. He has used the potty 3 times in a row this morning.
Oh, yeah. Boom. High five, buddy. Yes.
He's giving you a high five for using the potty.
Good job.
Yeah. Look at it.
Nice.
He's going for high fives everywhere.
Now, just to let everybody know that if I lived next to Fremo, I would be in his house at some point, and I would take a huge dump in the kiddie toilet and just leave it there. Just that next time they look at the kid.
Actually, I'm okay with that happening because you're so going to turtle on that thing and not be able to get up.
And then there's the other side of the argument for white collar workers, not us blue collars, but white collar workers. They'll say stuff to the effect of, well, you don't have to know the job to be a good manager. That's bullshit. That is the biggest line of bullshit I think I've ever heard in my life. I don't care if you're a CEO or a manager, whatever. You should know the job. You should know the business. Because if not, you're just going to fuck everything up
You're
for
going to end
everybody
up with
else.
a microwave for the work site.
You're going to end up with a portable, cordless microwave.
You know, and the plane actually goes down. Chances are they'll do a quick investigation. Yeah, something happened, electrical fire, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Sucks to be you. Sorry about your plane. Have a nice day. Then you go produce your YouTube video for your crypto wallet, and the world's none the wiser.
Ladies and
There's
gentlemen,
ways to there's ways to be a smart criminal.
ladies and gentlemen,
This is not it.
ladies and gentlemen, how to break the law with Mr. Free Mosey.
Jeez, what an idiot. What an absolute tool.
But again, we'll figure it out.
We could. I think I've got Fortnite on there. I might have to
I
run
know
an
you do.
update. But
Yeah, you
well, I mean,
definitely
as
gotta
far
do
as
an update.
loaded, as far as loaded.
Yeah, it's gonna have to have updates. There's the Star
Okay.
Wars update, there's the April update. So yeah, just hit me up. Like I said, I'm gonna go upstairs, check in with Liza. She's already pissed off about these fucking guys. And then I'll probably change into my comfies and then come back down here and get wasted and play
Well,
Fortnite.
don't get too hard on the whiskey because it might be a little later before I can play.
I'll be fine.
Okay, y'all remember you said that.
Sure. Can I give them away to people that work for me? Sure. He's like, but I have to pay these co-hosts as well. A lot of them do it for short money. He's like, but it's still money and it adds up.
Yeah.
Every show's got like 4 people on it. He's like, I have to pay them. But it's the fact that he did it by himself and refused that shit by himself. I still have this, which I haven't even reviewed yet because I bought it outright. And I just simply cannot take this fucking thing away. I love this thing so much.
I hear you.
It's
But yeah,
become
I've got
a part of us. Welcome to BGFG episode 403. I'm your host, Chris Phoenix, and joining me, as always, my brother from another mother, Mr. Free Mo Z. How are you
Yes,
doing
sir.
this week, sir?
Living the dream.
Oh, it's not really a dream for you. It's a nightmare, just like mine.
No, it's a dream.
Oh, really?
Beautiful dream. Yeah, beautiful dreamscape. Crafted by Wes Anderson and Tim Burton.
That would track. That tracks. Both of us.
Yeah, well, that's why I put the name of the link. We told you so. But yeah, no, they've crunched all kinds of data, blah blah blah. The short version of this story is there is no verifiable link between gun violence and playing of video games.
None.
Now, I thank Stanford so much for doing this study, but please do not do one connecting road rage driving incidents to PGR2. Okay. Please don't.
Oh, man. The cell service from outer space. They also released a statement that said that this is the future of calling. I don't know about that. Terrestrial calling is going to be quicker. Satellite's going to take time. It's going to be lag. Also, they're unsure if this will be a feature that will be extra charged on their plan. Like, why would that be one of the first things you fucking mention?
Because they got to get their money, man.
Oh, they always get. Oh, in unrelated news, Rakuten, Japan just lost their cell service due to unpaid long distance bills.
Right?
I could not resist. So, that's just Gen X doing what we do. We're designed to find that one fault because nothing's quite perfect. I literally cannot find a problem with Jedi Survivor. I can't.
Well, I guess I'm going to have to play it
You might have to.
so I can
honest to
find
God.
it for you.
Yeah, honest to God, it's like there's nothing that you won't because it's EA.
There's your problem. Found, and I didn't even have to download it.
So for the blind users for motorsport, they could either go with beeping like they do.
I mean, I
no,
just,
no, wait,
I
wait,
just
wait,
don't-
wait, wait, wait. Let me finish. They could either go with the beeping like they do for some of the crosswalk type things, or they can go with the audio cues like light, medium turn left.
do they have tournaments?
Who? Fremo?
The visually impaired, Phoenix,
I don't
that
know.
you keep referring to as blind insensitively, I might add.
Douchebag.
It's such a shame you can't see what finger I'm holding up.
You are something, I'll tell you. I said blind again. The visually impaired accessibility in Forza. That's great. So, do you remember another thing that caught my eye in this game was that they're going to have fake sponsors.
Wow. Way to just pile it on for the visually impaired.
I didn't do anything.
That caught my eye.
Oh my God.
It's such a shame you can't see what finger I'm holding up.
Oh my God.
And again, can't see which finger you're holding up.
Oh, I hate you.
Yeah,
Episode
400
400
was-
hit big. Hit big. I had people at work that I didn't even know listened to the show came up to me like, dude, that show was awesome. One of my coworkers at Geek Squad were like, dude, I've listened to Extreme Song like 4 or 5 times. I even started downloading some of their other tracks. I'm like, good. That's what this show is for.
Yeah.
And I told them all. Everybody that came up to me, I came up to them like yesterday. I'm like, look, I just want you to know 401 is not gold. I'm like,
It
I
is
haven't
what
even-
it is.
Yeah, I haven't even picked a show yet. This shit ain't gold. It's not looking good for the home team. That have the same issue. Like they always ask. I can't tell you how much. They come in for a basic tune-up and they always ask, hey, do you know how I can stop my kids from doing ChatGPT or any of this AI stuff? No. Know your audience. Know your kid. If Johnny can barely count his nuts and come up with the same number twice, yet he's using plethora, obsequious,
Yeah.
if he's using words like that, he's probably using ChatGPT.
If he went from a D average to an A average in the course of I don't know 2 weeks, yeah, there's a 30th episode 155, which is not the final episode, and then here's a BGFG 162. So yeah,
We went right through. Okay. There you go. That would do it. Definitive answer. We've been doing this show for 400 episodes under 2 different names. It's like we got married. But they're
you're
not
reading
cover-
too much into the label. You're reading too much into the label.
Fuck you. I see your point. Yeah. Yeah.
Just like PBS is reading too much into the label, and NPR, and all the people that are bad about it. It's if I tattooed white guy on my forehead,
Go on.
and someone wanted to get mad about it because the label, it's descriptive and it's accurate.
Sure is.
I could also put underneath that asshole. That is also descriptive and accurate. Oh, you know, I mean, that's all that was. That's all that was a series of choices, and if you made the right
To die of
choices,
dysentery. That's what the
Yeah,
choice fucking was.
well, yeah, but it was, you know, if you made the right choices, you would die of dysentery farther along the track.
Oh.
But yeah, ultimately, you're dying of dysentery.
You're dying. Yeah. It's going to fucking
There
happen.
is no Oregon. It's all a lie. It's just a big loop that you're going around, and they're changing the scenery, and you don't realize it.
Oh.
You're dying of dysentery. Through it.
No,
And
I'm
I'll
saying
see what my time
no,
is.
don't do that.
And
No,
then-
don't.
and
because
then-
we've done this
hold
before.
on.
Go ahead.
Hold on. And then we will sit down and we will head to head go and see who finishes first.
So here's the thing. We've done this before, so I'm going to opt out of this and say no.
Yeah, because he loses every time.
No, it's not. That's not the reason. That's not the reason.
But notice, folks, he didn't dispute the fact. He's giving another excuse. Okay, go ahead.
It's such a shame you can't see what finger I'm holding up.
It's a shit ton more too. Like
You know
a
what my
lot
favorite
more.
game is
On-
right now?
For what platform?
It could be for any platform, really.
Okay. What?
I mean, Nintendo, Sony,
Okay.
PlayStation, Xbox, PC.
What one?
Unlock your EA account. Great game. This never-ending loop of useless information that you have to try and decode and decipher.
Oh, that is.
America is so dumb now. It's because they were coddled.
Oh yes.
And he goes on this rant about how when we were young, we didn't have to wear seatbelts. We got bows and arrows for toys. There was lead paint in our bedrooms and, you know, all this stuff. And he's like, and if you made it through, it's because you're strong and you're a survivor. All the weak and stupid didn't last.
Yeah, George Carlin said it the best when he said the kid that eats the most marbles shouldn't grow up and have other kids.
Right. Right. And yeah, this guy definitely based his
Received in 2022. Drives between 40 gigabyte and 10 terabyte. That's a wide range. That's pretty much everything you're going to use. And this was only based on bad sectors. So if for some reason you were in a fire or water damage, this didn't count. But the bad sectors was the shit that Freebo and I deal with on a daily. Just drives that die. It just happens. I love when people come up to us all the time.
Over time.
Yeah, I love when people come up to us and go, "How did this happen?" The fuck if I know? Like it just happens.
Well, you see, there's these little fairies that fly around with their sector dust, and if it gets on your hard
Sector
drive,
dust. That is fucking awesome. Arts, then a boxing game for me is definitely something I want to look forward to. Freeman's about to come back on. I want to get his take on this. So as soon as he comes back on, I'll announce it again. So hang on a second. There you are. There you are, buddy. So
did
what
I
else?
miss the Sony segment?
Don't you wish? Don't you wish? Yeah, hello. Oh, this is enjoyable.
Now give him the red button.
I hate you so much. The fact that I get a crank call from your grandson.
Did he hang up after I told him to give you the red button?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he knows what the red button is.
Feel Apple has nailed the battery consumption. I have NFC, I have Bluetooth, I have Wi-Fi on all the time, cellular on all the time, and I can still get 3 days out of this. Say
Well,
what
that's
you
just
want.
because nobody ever calls you.
Fuck you. Send us email. I get work texts all the time, you dick. You're such a douchebag.
Douchebag.
I hate you so much. Don't remember whose house it was. I remember distinctly telling my dad that I'll go. Oh, you want to come with it? Yeah, I'll go. Because I knew that the kid there in the living room on the console TV that sits on the floor had an Atari hooked up to it. And I was like, dude, I'm going to go play Battle Tank all night. Dad can go
Yeah.
play cards, do whatever the fuck he wants.
Yeah.
I remember that distinctly. Well, Atari.
Enjoy your hookers and blow, Dad. I've got an Atari. And no, I will
That's
not be
fucking
telling
great.
Mom.
No, nothing. I know Dave Bautista is huge on doing it, and there's been no other talk of any other star doing that role other than Dave Bautista. And I would say that they're gonna.
If he's gonna do it, they're gonna have to get on it. Or we're gonna end up in freaking uncharted territory.
Yeah,
See what I did there?
I do see.
They
what you
talked
did
about
there.
it so long that Nathan Fillion was too old to do the part.
Steaming up, same
Yeah.
concept.
That's why you don't. That's why you don't. Your water intake in your car is up high, so that if you're driving through puddles, you're not sucking water into your air intake that goes into the piston chamber. Because if you get water into the piston chamber, when it tries to compress, it's going to blow your piston rod out the bottom of your engine. Because water does not compress.
That was well explained, Free.
Water does not compress.
You know, Xbox is always where it's at. Stranded Deep, Persona 3 Portable, Persona Golden 4, Freemo, Bulletproof Douche, Monster Hunter Rise, Age of Empires 2, and RoboQuest. And let's get on to the CES news, because there was some
That
shit.
is actually a phenomenal title. I'm gonna have to look into developing that one.
Yeah, that's right. You can get it tomorrow, kids. Freemo Z, Bulletproof Douche. That might be the winner of all of them.
Who's the guy that can write checks his body can cash?
Oh, I almost choked. Oh, his body can cash.
That's right.
That's awesome.
The bulletproof douche.
All right, this week's games. We're going to start it off with the January games for PlayStation. And again, we've talked on the show multiple times. If whether you're an Xbox fan or a PlayStation fan, doesn't matter. You should get the shut up, Free. Yawning, some bitch. You should get.
Wait till we get to the interesting parts.
Fuck you. I hate you so much. So
We're gonna make an $8 app that gets you out of Louisiana virtually.
Porn. We're just gonna simply call it BGFG Porn VPN.
All one long acronym. BGFGPORN VPN.
All capitals.
And the tagline will be, "Let's stroke this chicken." They're deeply in bed with the Chinese government.
Oh, stop. I don't
How are they
believe
going
that.
to source these materials?
They're not. They're building chip facilities in Arizona. They do use
Yeah, I get
Foxconn,
that,
but
but
they're
they
also
still
using
have to-
Taiwan too.
But they have to source the raw materials somewhere, and we all know where they come from.
Actually, now that I think about it, I believe that Apple, and again, don't forget
I'm
people.
fairly sure that they didn't partner with Elon to get it from an asteroid.
No.
I'd have heard about that one.
An asteroid. Food chain for decades now.
Yeah,
So
you don't see people walking around saying, "Hey, let me Bing that."
you did for a little while, and it was a thing, but then it kind of
They
faded
tried
out,
to make
rightfully
it a
so.
thing.
Yeah, exactly.
People in 'em, and the garbage cans are going up the driveway, and something's going to hit my car.
Okay.
That's awesome.
I'm scared.
Well, come in here and sit next to me. You'll be all right.
Internet, and maybe even if you chose, go to a fucking library. You know, I'm just
What?
going to put that out there. What do you mean, why?
No, I said, "Oh, what? You talking
A
like iTunes, like a music library?"
No. No.
Douchebag.
A real library, like books, card catalog.
Huh?
Oh, you're You're an idiot. But when you
Next,
ask,
you're gonna tell me there's some system that was created by some guy named Dewey.